Hi, I'm JP and today I'm going to do a 30-minute recovery, core and flexibility workout. I would love for you to join me. All you're going to need today is a rowing machine and a soft floor. Let's do this. Okay gang, let's get ourselves warmed up. We're just going to have our feet on top of the straps today. We're going to grab that handle and we'll come to the back of the stroke. Let's go arms we'll need to start off with. Focus on our nice straight legs, bum squeezed and sitting back. Our warm up today is going to be pretty short, like 3 minutes. Just enough to get the body moving and talk about how our session runs today. Okay. Let's start reaching with the hips. Now, just a little squeeze with the bum to open up those hips. As we're going through the body swing and arms, thinking about keeping that tummy nice and tight. Okay, let's slide halfway up the slide. Next stroke, go. There we go. Still keeping the arms and body swing. Then the knees come up. Arms, body, knees. Just letting that body kind of limber up, starting to get itself moving. And then from there, we'll just start to slide that little bit further until our shins are reaching vertical. Okay, so we're kind of rowing normally now. We're going to row for about another minute, and during that, I'll talk you through our session today. We're going to be doing 2 minutes on the rowing machine. That's just at conversation level. We'll have a wee chat here. The idea is that we're rowing slow enough that our body is able to process all the lactic acid that it produces when we exercise. Another name for that, is aerobic exercise. So we're doing 2 minutes on the rowing machine, and then we're going to go onto the floor and we'll do 2 minutes of core work. We're going to do that 3 times. It's going to take us about 12 minutes. Then we'll stand up, shake it out, and we'll repeat that same sequence again. But instead of core work, we'll do some stretches. Alrighty. Let's get our handle down. We're going to set our screen to 2 minutes. So menu, select workout, new workout, single time, and it should be flashing at 30. So we're going to minus, minus, minus. Move the arrow across. Plus plus, so it says 2, and then arrow across, minus minus. Now it says 2 minutes. I'm going to press the tick button. Just check what measurement your machine is giving out, if it's on calories or watts. We're going to press the units button until it says /500 meters. It's going to be useful. Okay, so simple enough. 2 minutes on the rower, 2 minutes on the floor, 3 times through, quick break, and repeat. Let's do it. If you've got a watch, start your watch. We're going to try and keep our heart rate in our aerobic zone today. Tension, row. Nice. So we're going to keep our stroke rate pretty low today, sort of 18 strokes a minute, and just focus in on squeezing that tummy and allowing any work that we do with the legs to go through the handle. We're pushing those knees down, swinging through. Push the knees down and swinging through. It's tempting anytime you're on the machine to just go hammer and tongs, but we need time to not do that, to go slow, to focus on technique, to give our body the chance to recover, but also to learn how to work and buffer that level of work. We build that big aerobic capacity. Keeping that tummy squeeze as we go. So we've got about 30 seconds left. When we go to the floor, I'm going to do about 20 seconds in 4 different positions. A plank, side plank, and reverse plank. That gives us 10 seconds to move between them. 3, 2, 1. Okay, first up, we have our plank. Elbows on the floor, pushing the wrists down. We're going to go for 20 seconds. Squeeze your heels, squeeze your bum, and pull your tummy in nice and tight. There's halfway. Trying to get your belly button here to touch your spine. Keeping tension through your pelvis. Nice. Okay, on our side. Elbow turns to the side. Stagger those feet. Squeeze your side and bum. Off we go. If this is too much, you can always go to your knees or one knee. Not a problem. But really try and pinch your side. Hold that position. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's swap sides. Good. Bum's nice and squeezed. Tummy's pulled in. Going well. When we're learning how to use our core or just to build some basic strength, holding static shapes or isometrics. It's the best way to build that mind-muscle connection. 3, 2, 1. Reverse plank then. Feet out in front. Hands to the side. And from there, we're going to lift that chest up. Set back a little bit further. There we go. Spreading that chest. Squeezing the bum. And lifting up nice and high. If you've just tried this and it's a little bit too difficult, what we can do next time through is go under your back, kind of arch your back so your hips are off the floor. Okay, menu. Select workout, re-row and re-row. Okay, feet on top, squeeze the tummy, hand row. Nice. Trying to go at the same speed we were at the last time. That's 18 strokes a minute. And adjusting how hard we work to stay at the right level. If you are wearing a heart rate monitor, less than 75% of your max heart rate is a good shout here today. Don't worry if you don't have one. If you're able to maintain a conversation or breathing only through your nose Those are two good indicators that we're at the right level. Our rows here are quite short. It's only 2 minutes at a time. It's long enough that we can get 36 opportunities to practice good movement, but not so long that we're getting distracted or drifting off, thinking about something else. I'm keeping my long sleeve on today because we're not really going to be creating a huge amount of body heat here. It's always better to be too warm when you exercise than too cold. You might wonder, well, JP, you're wearing shorts. Yeah, my legs are like nuclear generators. They're always warm. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back into our plank shape. If you want to make it a little bit harder this time, you can. You can go on straight arms. Still with those heels squeezed together, tummy pulled in, bum nice and tight. If you're happy in your forearms, that's cool too, not a problem. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Side plank. Same thing, you can go onto your straight arm with those. That works too. Or if you're happy on your forearm, stay on your forearm, that's not a problem. Really pinching that side, feel those obliques working hard. Squeezing the bum, trying to lift the hips as high as you can. We want to see a nice straight shape from your shoulders right down to your ankles. Change sides. You'll notice here I'm not spending too long changing between positions because we're not working maximally. We don't need that extra recovery time. We can just go smoothly from one exercise to the next. And then let's finish off with our reverse plank. Wider hands here is a little bit easier. Doesn't require as much shoulder mobility. Constantly trying to improve your position. Push your heels into the floor. Squeeze your bum. Pull that tummy in. Pinch those shoulders together. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. All right. Final time on our row, and we'll change it up. Menu. Select workout. Re-row and re-row. Tension. Row. Now again, we could just set the monitor for just row. But there's a couple of benefits to going through that process of setting it up each time. One, it's just the best way to learn how to use the monitor. It's practice the sequence of setting it up. To drill in those buttons if that's something you're not used to. The other benefit is that now we can go in after the session to the memory of the monitor and we can see what speed we did through each of our intervals and take note of that, so that over time we're building that understanding of what the numbers mean. So today our strokes per minute, it's about 18 strokes a minute, so that's 36 every rowing interval. The big number on the screen should be the slash 500 meters. That's how long it takes us to row 500 meters. Over time, we would expect that number to get better for the same level of work. We don't want to just rely on working harder to get the same number, because we're trying to get our body's capacity to improve. So that our recovery pace gets faster, and as a result our top end pace gets faster. Okay, last time through our core. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Pushing those shoulders apart, belly button in, bum squeezed, heels tight. It can be quite hard when you're starting out with these positions to kind of get everything working together. What I'd suggest, record yourself, take a little video on your phone and watch it back and see how your shape matches up. Let's go to our side plank. Nice. It's not the most glamorous session in the world. The goal is that by the time you finish today, you're going to feel much better than when you started. You're going to feel invigorated. Shouldn't have worn sleeves, cheekers. Swap it over. Nice and strong. Build that mind-muscle connection. And let's go to our reverse plank. Last time through. Lovely. Okay, so feel free to stand up, shake it out, get your body freed up a little bit, maybe even a few rotations. Oh, nice wee back pop there. Oh, I got a few of them. That was great. Nice. So we're going to do that sequence again. 2 minutes in a row, 2 minutes of a stretch this time. Row stretch, row stretch. During our stretches, we're going to try and focus on our breathing, really trying to calm the breathing down, and we'll probably hold for about 90 seconds, and we'll change. We'll have a basic position, and then we'll adapt it for each of our positions. So, menu, select workout, re-row, and re-row. Let's grab your handle and row. Especially if you've been having an overwhelming day, or you know you've got a busy day ahead of you. This kind of session is great because it doesn't take too much out of your body. We're not using up massive amounts of calories. We're not breaking down the muscles a huge amount. But we are stimulating our heart. We're getting our neurons firing, our nervous system. And we're really expanding and opening up the lungs. Our cells have little engines inside them called mitochondria, and they help deliver energy around the body. This kind of work helps us develop and grow those mitochondria stronger and better, so that they're able to do more work for the same amount of energy. It's like a laptop CPU. We want it to be powerful, but energy efficient. Go another 20 seconds. Trying to be consistent with your power output here. See if every stroke you can get the same split, that number per 500 meters. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first up, we're going to get ourselves into a lunge. And from here, we're going to square over our hips, push our hips forward, and squeeze that butt. The body is totally upright here, that is a-okay. We just want to try and push the hips forward, feel it all down the front of your leg, your hip, without straining the back. So if you feel your back arching, just come out of it a little bit. Try and squeeze your bum harder before pushing forward. This is called our couch stretch. We can actually add, we can do this in front of a couch and put our shin up on the edge of the couch, and that'll get a lot more of our quad. But for today, for the convenience of space, but also I want to try and get into those hips, we'll just do it with the shin down. Okay, let's change sides. Boom, easy as that. Squeeze your bum, body tall, push it forward. I'm not trying to force this, just trying to encourage the body to get into a good shape. The finish position in rowing is quite taxing on your hip flexors. They kind of keep your spine supported and your body strong. So it's a great way to kind of encourage them to relax and not be, well, not relax, but just be less short. Another 10 seconds or so. Then we're going to do that same sequence again, but with a different stretch. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Menu. Select workout, re-row, and re-row. Catching on fast. Nice. Grab the handle and row. So throughout this session, my goal is to keep my heart rate between about 120 and 150. I don't need to go any higher than that. I'd rather it not go below that. Now for you, those numbers might be different. My max heart rate is in the 190s. I'm 30, I'm reasonably fit. So that's about normal. Yours might be higher, it might be lower. So we have to adjust those aerobic numbers, those recovery numbers, depending on what our highest level is. Another minute here on the rower. Really trying to focus on those nice squeezed quads at the back of your stroke. And you might even start to feel those hip flexors that we just stretched as it supports us in that finish position. As you're going through this, just checking in with your body, seeing how it's feeling, if anything's working overly hard, if anything's a wee bit tight or uncomfortable. We can always work on that just after the session, or just take notice of it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, handle down. Next up then, we're going to go into a frog stretch. So here we are. Shins are parallel, knees are out wide, and elbows are on the floor. That's quite the view, I'm sure. Gonna all the time here focus on pushing your knees wider by using your bum to pull your knees as wide as possible. You'll feel this in the meaty parts of your inner thigh, your groin. So we're in this position. We're going to start rocking very gently back and forth. As you push back, you'll feel the stretch increase. As you push forward, it decreases. And your goal here is to keep your spine flat as you do that. Your body's going to try and get out of the pain somehow, whether it's to arch or to round. And we want to hold it nice and strong and stable. Quickly change the finish. You're going to go out with one leg straight and see if you can push it wide. Hold that for a little second. And then we'll change it over. Hold it wide and straight. Nice. Let's go back onto the rower. Last time. Menu. Select workout, re-row and re-row. That's it. So you may have noticed there, when we went from the bent leg to the straight leg, it might have felt a little bit different. That's totally normal. We have these names for muscles like groin, quad, hamstring. But really, those names are the names for groups of muscles. So your quad is a quadricep. It's got 4. Your hamstring, it's like 3 to 5. It's really complicated. Your groin, there's 2 main parts. 2 main ones. So as we straighten the leg, it challenges the other part. So you might find one way you find easy and the other way you find hard. Well, that gives you information. That tells you that one part struggles more than the other. And we can do that with a lot of our movements. Sometimes we can do one thing with the muscle, like a bicep curl. We can go up, but the other part of the bicep is lifting your elbow high. We might struggle with that. And so that gives us information as to which area to target to work on to overcome a limiting factor. Okay, 10 seconds here. Five, 3, 2, 1. Okay, final stretch we'll do then for our shoulders. Gonna kneel, hands in front, maybe slightly outside of the shoulders. Gonna push our armpits towards the floor. Now here I'm gonna let you relax your tummy, pinch your shoulders together. So if you're like me, you might need to come up onto your fingers to give you that little extra range of motion. We're trying to feel this kind of down the side of your body and maybe even your pecs, your chest. I'm going to let your shoulders push over towards the left arm. Try and intensify that a little bit. And then same over to your right arm. Intensify that a little. Then we're going to walk your hands to the left and push down on your right. You'll feel this up your right hand side. And we'll push our hands over to the right, drive our body over to the left, And again, feel it up the left hand side. If you've enjoyed this and you want to get more sessions you can follow along to, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, that'd be awesome. If you want to leave a comment as to how you found today, I appreciate the feedback. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.